Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So today we're actually reviewing one of my own. So recently I brewed St. Peter's Plum Porter kit. Added, I think it was a bag of sugar or a bag and a half of sugar. I'm not sure. No, 1 bag of sugar. Brewed it short. But then, after fermentation, I added a bottle of Fletchers Port from Aldi. Any port would have done, to be honest. And I'm looking for a cheap one because it's 20% I'm adding. So that upped the ABV to roughly 1% up. So it ended up at 9% of Port Plum Porter. St. Peter's Port Plum Porter with a bit of Fletchers in. So anyway, let's... Oh, I've been drinking this and it is nice. It's been about a month, so a nice bit of smoke there. That's black, neon black pour with a tan head. Oh, look at that! Beautiful. That head's gonna dissipate really quickly, but big aroma of plum. A bit of port as well, to be fair. And yeah, it's looking good. Super happy with the brew. Yeah, one of my best brews that I've done. Adding the port gives it another element to the beer. And I like the idea of adding, obviously, you know, if you can get your spirits cheap, or even free, adding them to a beer, to more so like the likes of imperial stouts and stout beers, rather than barley wines. Yeah, you get away with barley wine, but other stuff maybe not. Although the good people at Bang the Elephant have done a tequila one before, so yeah. So anyway, first review from the tasting. So yeah, it's been a while. I've got 3, bar this bottle, it's in front of me. I've got 3 bottles left. That's all I've got left. So I need to stop drinking it. I'm supposed to be taking it away in March on holiday. So I'll have to go back to drinking the other stuff that I brewed. Yeah. It is what it is. I just have to rebrew it again. Like I said, the St. Peter's kit's bloody amazing kits, made by Muntons for St. Peter's, but you know, done right. You know, the commercial quality kit, the beer's commercial quality, which not all beers are. You know, I've had some kits and the beer you're drinking is like, oh, it's crap. And then you get some that are just, you know, and then you play around with them. Oof. So lovely plummy nose on this. Plum. Like a sweet and the earthiness from the port. Bearing in mind, we're at shed temperature, and as you can see, it's got a bit cold. Back down to 5 degrees in here tonight, so the beer's cold. In the house, at room temperature, this would be another kettle of fish. You know, it would be something quite different, but it is what it is. You know, I still drink it regardless. I mean, I've been drinking it, but I've not really been. You know, I like a beer, but I certainly don't drink it and do the sniffing and that when I'm just drinking. I just drink, and that's it. You know, I don't really take any notice whatsoever. Right, it tastes nice, that's good. If it don't taste nice, then I might not drink it. You know, but yeah, well happy with that. So let's talk the costings. To be fair, I got the kit for free. So 20 litre kit. I put it down to 18 litres, added a bag of sugar. And that brought it from, I think it was 5% up to 8. Took about a week to brew upstairs. And then put it into a barrel. Added sugar for secondary fermentation. You know, 1 spoon per litre. I mean, you can use, instead of using sugar, you can use liquid malt, and you know it does give you a better finish. But if you're on a budget, you know, you do what you do. St. Peter's kits are anything from 20 to 24 quid, depending on where you shop. And I can't fault them at all. You know, literally can't fault them. Like I say, these kits are their cream stout kit, the plum porter. I think for me, the best kit to play around with is the cream stout. Yeah, it's only 4.5–5% instead of the bottle, which is 6.5. But like I say, these kits, you can play around with them, and especially if you use the bigger ingredients like liquid malt, you know, so it's going to cost you more for the beer. But when you think about it, if you spend 40 quid on the ingredients, yeah, I mean, you're only paying £1 a pint, or roughly £1 a pint. You can't fault that. You really can't fault it. Oh. So, another week's done. Standard longer review tonight. Chat. Beer review and chat. That's got amazing flavour. It starts off sweet, then there's a dryness on it as well. It's a proper complex beastie. The adding of the port into it. Wow. Tempted to do the same with a sherry, and chuck a sherry in with a back of barley wine, or the darker beers, just to see what happens. I mean, has anybody else done that out there, playing around with these kits and, you know, really discovering it, you know, how they go. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, so this week, 2 days of piss pouring rain. Oh my God, bloody weather, awful gardening weather. Today, to be fair, I mean, I work through regardless, but you know, you have to do something different. You know, like one day, for a big part of the day, I cleaned a shed up that was in the right state. Today, I've actually, Wednesday, I was in the greenhouse sorting out loads of stuff in the marquee. So not exactly a warm marquee. Floor's muddy and wet because the water's coming in. So one of these days I'll get a polytunnel and have a polytunnel where there's heat in there. Try and get some chip-ins. Put chip-ins on the floor. Try and get chip-ins 2 foot deep on the floor. That'd be amazing. Hopefully, anyway. My hopes and aspirations. But yeah, and have a warm polytunnel, which would be lovely in the winter, because you put chip-ins down on the floor. Yeah, you might get a bit of fungus, but nothing worth worrying about. And but the heat they give off, you'll walk in even in the middle of winter, and the heat, especially if they're thick, the heat that gives off will warm the whole polytunnel. And the polytunnel, normally they're pretty tight anyway. You know, they're pretty sealed from the elements, and I mean, that's something that I would do. just waiting for this. We're waiting for a Polyton to show up. Not that the boss is buying me one, no. Getting it for note. So, yeah. But beggars can't be choosers, you know. Just to get a Polyton that I can use to to grow stuff in would be amazing. One that's sealed on all bits, you know, you can seal the door up and all that. Keep the elements out, certainly keep mice out, if you know, slugs and snails. I still think they come in regardless, but that'd be amazing. And obviously we're coming to the time of the year now where everything's starting to come alive, although it's going cold again for a week or two, so yeah, or cooler, shall we say. We had that lovely mild spell that really brought plants on. But hopefully, you know, the lighter nights and it being warmer, the temperature being a good temperature for longer. The cold does seem to disappear quickly. I mean, it will come back in the evening, but it don't seem to penetrate the ground anywhere as hard as it does when it's like 4 o'clock and it's already dark. You know, when it's 6 o'clock and it's going dark, you know, there's a lot more warmth in the ground, and that's, the plants know this. You know, you look at it, your hedges, your privet hedges, and they're going green again. They went brown in the winter months. Now they're going green with all that new growth starting to emerge. So I've got to keep my eye on the clock because I've got something on a timer in the kitchen, but for some reason I can't set an alarm on my phone like I used to. So yeah, bloody thing. So the complexities in this is just awesome. I'm really happy. I mean, from a homebrew point of view, it's not an expensive thing to do. If I'd have paid for the kit, 22 quid probably. Bag of sugar, £1, 23. Bottle of port, made it 31 quid. Bear in mind that I got the batch kit for free. But yeah, 31 quid. And I got 18 litres, so 36 bottles would be 31 quid of something that's 9%. So then you can see you know, that it's actually a really good and interesting thing to do. And like I say, sherries is probably the next thing that I'll try. I just fancy trying stuff, and you know, getting a good stout, probably St. Peter's cream stout, and chucking a sherry in and just see what it does, you know, and get the sweetness of the sherry, see if the sherry brings out flavour, especially after so many months. Not that any of my good beers last months, they just don't. You know, they get walloped pretty damn bloody quickly, to be fair. Is what it is. Can't help myself there. I'm not aging beers for years and years and years. You never know what's around the corner, you know, you got to think about these things. Although I have lowered my ABV consumption quite merrily recently, so that's a good thing in a lot of ways. Oh, it's like tonight. I know that's a pint, but it's gone 8 o'clock. First beer of the day, and I don't have the urge anymore to need to have an early beer. There used to be a time, literally 4 o'clock, as soon as I got home, I'd have a beer, or even worse, maybe spirits. And I've actually got some spirits in the house for the first time in a long time, and this will be interesting for me because I've not had spirits for that bloody reason, where when the mental health was not great. I'd neck whiskey, rum, and I do like them. You know, I can neck them. You know, even without needing it for mental health issues. It's just the fact that I can neck it. And yeah, not always the best thing, but there you go. Yeah, it's been interesting. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. Soon we're going to Cleethorpes for the weekend. We're going from Friday to Monday. Looking forward to that. I've got the Monday off, and I've got half a day Friday. So yeah, middle of March. So that'll be good. Wife's birthday. So going to do our best to give her a good birthday, as you do. You know, in times where we're on a budget. You'll have noticed that I bought no new beers since Christmas. I've in fact been given a few beers, but I've not actually gone out and bought anything since Christmas. Bearing in mind I didn't need to either, to be fair. And I've still got, I mean, nothing like what it was, because everything was double stacked, double road even. So I've certainly made inroads. But the homebrew is good. It's stopped me reviewing beers willy-nilly. It means I can go to the pub at the weekend and I can either do a short review, under a minute, or do a quickish review, which is like a minute, 2 minutes. Nothing too silly. And that gives me content for the channel. So in that way, you know, I'm reviewing beers from brewery, as long as it's a new brewery. I'm not reviewing any bloody beer that I've reviewed 10 times before. No point anymore. We'll go out, we'll have, I don't know, say a few pints, 2 or 3 pints on a Saturday, and that's me done. You know, I'm all good. And if I can get 6 reviews in, or if I go to the Lincoln Green pub, I can get thirds and do 9 reviews. I doubt they've got that many different beers though. You know, it's just nice to go out and do that, and it's a big part of the channel now. I like the structure of the Raggy Beer Review channel, and that is early in the morning, either the outside or the inside of a pub, and then say 10 o'clock I've got a quickish beer review. 1 o'clock maybe something either homebrew beer review, homebrew update, although the updates now have stopped because I'm not homebrewing, but there'll be other little reviews coming instead. And then there's the standard beer reviews, which may well be slightly earlier in the day if I've only doing so. And then late at night there's a quick beer review round about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and that's it. And I'm happy with the channel now. I've dumped for the most part Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads. I've dumped them for the YouTube channel review stuff, videos. Where I'm going out drinking at the weekend, then I'll post on all of them, because I'm not posting reviews. I'm posting where I'm having a beer, the pub I'm having it at, and that promotes the pubs, promotes the breweries, and yeah, it puts a bit on the channel for people to see, and where you drink and stuff like that. And obviously we're coming into that time of the year where there's a lot more beer festivals and stuff, and we definitely want to go to the craft beer festival in June. October I'm going only to the trade event if I can get in, and if I can't, then yeah, this is what it is. I dare say I'll get in somehow. There's a brewery out there that's going to get me a ticket. We'll sort me a few tickets out for me and the wife and the friends. Need 5 tickets. Job's good. Yeah. So may try and get to some beer festivals through the year. and tap takeovers. There's a tap takeover. There's been lots and lots of tap takeovers recently, but I prefer tap takeovers when they're near me. So I'm hoping that we get some literally close to where I live. It's a lot easier for me to get to and walk home from. Or drag the wife up with me, or the dog. And yeah, walk home with the dog. Yeah, she'll get me home. She'll drag me along the road. Yeah, lick me to death, you know, sort of thing. But yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, the channel. I'm positive at the channel at the moment. I had to drop things down. Still not feeling lives at the moment. I think I'm not the only beer reviewer out there who's going through a moment. I've looked at a lot of the beer reviewers, the main beer reviewers that I follow anyway. Some didn't review for months. Some have changed their channel because of possible people that they used to do stuff with don't want to be on YouTube anymore, and change the name of the channel. Some are obviously going through lots of issues, not doing any beer reviews for those issues, and just found life again. And some pulled back because of the cost of it, and you know, and I absolutely get every single reason not to do beer reviews. I get it, and I have contemplated that for months, if not the last 2 years, fighting the battle about doing beer reviews and also about drinking beer in total, you know, just coming off it altogether, which I could easily do, you know, without no shadow of a doubt. But there you go, you know. So, even at blooming cold temperature, this is some beer. When you give it time to let it breathe, and the complexities that are coming out of it, just bloody lovely. It really is lovely. Oh. Well, that is very nice. Port, earthy, plum. That is some beer. Would I drink it again? Hell yes. Will I brew it again? Maybe. Or I might go down the sherry route. I'm really interested in trying beers that I love, beers that I've brewed before and that I absolutely love, but trying and playing with them, as it were. And like with this one, that in a barrel, bloody hell, you know, a plastic barrel, even if you know, some people have got wooden barrels, fair play too if you have, but in a plastic barrel for about 5 months, that, oh, do want to go back down the grain brewing route, all down to pennies at the right time, you know. This time of the year is always incredibly tough for me. Pay just after Christmas, paying for the wife's birthday, and then whatever else. But it always is tough. Always. Summer months gets a lot easier, but nowadays we've calmed down. We've calmed Christmas. We're calming birthdays. We just got that much. We've got our own stuff, and if we want it, we'll really go and buy it anyway. So we've calmed it down, and I think that's the thing. I think it's quality of present that's more thought has gone in than just spending a shitload of money and buying like buying kids 50 presents when you could buy them 4 or 5. You know, presents that mean that they'll get a lot more enjoyment out of. I mean, I've got a portable LED projector up there that I've used once. Cost the wife 150 quid. Not an expensive one by no means, but still a decent one. And it's these things. You buy stuff and then if you don't use it, then was it really that good an investment? One day I'll get back into it and using it when I get the beer room back. But anyway, will I do this again? Hell yes. Out of 5, all day long, a good 4.55 for me at reviewing my own beer. Scores matter not. It's a fucking good beer. Cheers all. Oh, legs.